Hello, dear friends. I am the Reverend Dr. Thaeda Franz, and today I want to talk about something most people avoid, fear, or try to outrun: debt. Not the numbers, not the strategy, but the experience of debt. Because most people don't struggle with debt on a balance sheet level first, they struggle with it in the body. Think about what it might feel like to open that email notice about the credit card bill you know is too high. A tight chest, a knot in the stomach, a sudden rush of panic when that email arrives or a balance shows up on a screen. And often, before any real thinking happens, there's already a story running. I failed, I'm behind, this means something's wrong with me. And what if that story isn't actually true? What if debt isn't a moral failure or a personal flaw? What if it's a relationship? If you're finding this perspective helpful so far, I gently invite you to like this video or subscribe here. It helps more people find this work, and it tells the algorithm that this kind of conversation matters. Thanks. We tend to make debt the villain, something to fight, something to hide from, something that defines whether we're doing life right or wrong. But debt's not inherently bad. Debt is a structure, it's a tool, it's a contract that moves resources from one place to another over time. Like fire, it can warm or it can burn. The real question is not whether debt is good or bad. The question is, how are you relating to it? Here's something I often ask people to consider. If debt were a character in the story of your life, what role would it be playing right now? For some people, debt shows up as pressure, always pushing, always saying, do more, earn more, hurry up. For others, it shows up as a critic. You should have known better. You spent too much money. For others, it feels threatening, like one wrong move and everything's going to collapse. But sometimes when we slow down enough to really look, debt shows up as something else entirely. A bridge, a helper, even a vote of confidence. Because every form of debt began with an intention. At some point, debt entered your life because something mattered. Education, safety, housing, healthcare, growth, survival. And when we strip away shame and fear, we can ask a different question. What was the purpose of this debt entering my life? That question alone can soften the response of your nervous system. One practice I often invite people into is this. Instead of fighting debt or avoiding it, imagine meeting it. Not as a monster, not as an enemy, but as a presence. You might imagine debt sitting across from you in a place that feels safe, like a quiet room, a garden, a bench by the water. And you simply ask, what do you want me to know about you? You ask debt, why are you here in my life? What are you actually asking of me? And you don't have to force an answer, just wait and see how debt responds. You don't have to believe anything new right away. The point is relationship, not resolution. Because here's what I've seen over and over again. When people stop treating debt like a verdict about their worth, something changes. The fear softens, the urgency eases back a little bit, choice comes back online. Debt stops being the thing that defines them and becomes something they can work with consciously, not from panic, not from shame, but from clarity and working together in cooperation. If this video resonates, I would love for you to share it with someone who might need to hear this today. Conversations like this spread through connection. So, finishing up here, debt does not define you. It's not a measure of your goodness, your intelligence, or your spiritual maturity. It's simply part of how resources have moved through your life. And your relationship with debt can evolve. It can change. If you'd like to explore this work more deeply, I teach it in my class, Money as a Spirit Ally, where we meet money, scarcity, and debt in a grounded, relational, and compassionate way. You'll find the link below if you want to learn more. And until next time, may you remember, you are not broken, you are not behind, and you are far more supported than you've been taught to believe. Grace and peace.